your name?
My name is James Warren Flaming Eagle Mooney.
What is your organization?
Oklahoma Native American Church.
What is the Oklahoma Native American Church?
It is the only Native American church recognized by the United States government that can worship and honor the indigenous ceremonies, earth-based healing ceremonies of North and South America.
And so what does that mean? You have recently won some important legal precedent for your church, is that correct?
That's true.
And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the state of Utah attempted to outlaw the Native American church in the state of Utah. And it went all the way to the Utah Supreme Court, and the Utah Supreme Court basically unanimously ruled in the favor that you cannot destroy a church, let alone the Native American church, the original religious concepts of this nation.
And so, in your practice with your Native American church, you use healing herbs?
Oh, yeah, all plants of the earth are considered sacred to us. And therefore, people focus mostly on peyote because it's, in my opinion, is the premier healing element, spiritually healing element, utilized by indigenous people through North and South America for thousands of years. And we can do that legally, with an exception to the law for the Native American culture to be able to worship its spiritual health.
And that would also include other healing herbs such as marijuana, ayahuasca?
As far as I'm concerned, yeah, absolutely. And I worked with the law enforcement for quite some years, and my understanding of the laws, I'm not an attorney, but court cases are now just saying, hey, we can't prosecute these people if they belong to Oklahoma Native American Church because it's a bona fide Native American church, and they have constitutional rights like everybody else does.
And so they can practice their sacrament, which is peyote and marijuana,
Pedro, ayahuasca, any herb that is not manufactured, but is picked from Mother Earth is our sacrament.
And so, not only is your church for Native Americans, but you also invite other people to belong to your church.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, how do you dictate spirituality by race, for goodness sakes? I mean, that's idiotic. In the United States, because of the Bureau of Indian Affairs and people that support the Bureau of Indian Affairs have a political affiliation with all of the federally recognized tribes. And the Bureau of Indian Affairs over and time and over tried to outlaw our culture, which is the indigenous culture of this land, and they failed. They tried to kill it off. They killed the medicine people, whether you want to talk about Osseo in the 1800s and early 1800s, or a crazy horse and sitting bull. They would not capitulate, and yet our ceremonies are still here.
And so now you offer the ability for anyone to belong to your church. Is that correct?
It's a spiritual introduction. Admittance into our church, it's really, first of all, we believe we're all one anyway, and so everybody's a member already.
Okay.
And there's different traditions. I adhere to the tradition, once you sit around the circle with me in a fire, you're a member of my church, period. Okay? I don't need a card. I mean, what religion has what religion has a requirement to have a flipping card in order to signify you're a member of it? I mean, come on, it doesn't happen. However, the Native American Church does, because we have this exception to the laws of the land. And so in order for a person to validate themselves to a law enforcement officer or to a court or whatnot, that they have the constitutional rights under the Native American Church to be able to partake of these sacraments. And so we have to provide, and we do, provide and also have a documentation, so if any law enforcement agency wants to ask us, is this person a member, we can tell them, can say exactly when he was, why he was, etc.
And so if belonging to the church not only gives you the benefit of belonging to the church and participating in the ceremony, but you can practice your own ceremonial beliefs with your own plants at your own time, whenever you want to, without fear of being incarcerated under the prohibitionary type tactics of our government.
That's basically right. In other words, the Native American Church is making a stand and just saying the war on drugs is obnoxious. And
it's over.
It's over. The war on drugs is over. It's over. The only thing that's standing in the way of having people experience it is people don't know. And it's like I think about World War II and these people that were on, I forgot what island, Guam. They were on Guam. And 40 years later, there were Japanese soldiers in the jungles still thinking the World War II was on. Okay? And that's what 80% of the public right now is under the cloud, that there's still a war going on. It's over. Okay, it's proven unequivocally that people, when you have law enforcement agencies breaking down people's doors because they have a stash of whatever controlled substances they may be looking for, they're illegal, not the people that are partaking of something of their own free will.
Okay. And so how would people contact you to become part of your church?
Aklava, it's www.nativeamericanchurch.net.
And then they can also Google your name, James
Flaming Eagle Mooney.
Okay. And what is the court case? Could you give us what was the name of the court case?
There's actually numerous court cases.
Okay.
Oh, 3 of them, a higher court. The first one would be the Boyle versus United States, which was ruled on about 1990, unanimously again by the first by the Federal Court of New Mexico, and then it was appealed to the 10th Circuit Court, and is scathing for anybody, any law enforcement agency thinking they can dictate spirituality by race, for goodness sakes, and political affiliation. Because what the Bureau of Indian Affairs wants, and the people that influence it, they want to kill the Native American tradition simply by saying only Native American people can do that. I mean, that's just crazy.
Okay, and then what's the second case?
Second case is State of Utah versus James and Linda Mooney and Aklava Native American Church. And that ruling was saying again that Native American Church has no rights to give its sacraments to a non-federally recognized Indian. And the Utah Supreme Court ruled unanimously against that. And then the last case, that was in 1994. And then in 1996, there was a case utilizing the Indian Religious Freedom Act as its reasons to be able, since we can use peyote and etc. This was the ayahuasca church. So, and that law is UDV versus United States. It went all the way to the United States Supreme Court, where it won unanimously again that you cannot dictate religious practices by racial means, nor does it just apply to peyote. It applies to all plants. In this case, it's ayahuasca, which is a combination of 2 plants.
And did you also have one of your members, James Gardner? He also defeated a marijuana charge.
Jeffrey Gardner?
Yeah, Jeff Gardner.
Yes, in a court of law. And we have also the Aklava Native American Church of Hawaii filed a civil or a complaint against the United States because they confiscated quite a bit of cannabis, which was Aklava Native American Church of Hawaii's sacrament that they utilized. And they filed an injunction on the United States as soon as they confiscated the marijuana out of the United States mails. Okay? Now, when that injunction was filed, it was saying you cannot do this, or you got to stop this activity. Well, the federal judge ended up dismissing the case with the promise of the United States that they're not going to violate Aklava Native American Church of Hawaii's constitutional rights by taking their cannabis out of the mail, or they're not going to arrest anybody. Okay, and that's in a court ruling. That is a court ruling. So the judge dropped the injunction because the state of the United States says there's no reason to have an injunction because we have no intentions of arresting them or taking any more of their cannabis out of the mails. That's a big case. That's a federal case. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much, James.